Hi guys, it's been a few days since I've made a video relating to classic World of Warcraft, and a couple of days since I made a video in general. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way, and talk to you about the most controversial video that I am ever going to probably have on my channel, and probably ever. And can't see how anyone's going to make a World of Warcraft video about this without being a very controversial video in general. I am going to talk to you about Crossrun Battlegrounds. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because Blizzard did drop more information in the development product below about the Classic World of Warcraft. Yes, there's been more news from there in the form of the job listings, but that's a later video. But let's go ahead and talk about this. Classic World of Warcraft is reality, and Blizzard has made progress on it. But they have not really announced whether or not they're going to do progression patches, or this is going to be all the content all in one patch. With that being patch 1.12, or if it's more like I said, or it's going to be like the balancing 1.12 with the content of the other patches. They have not been clear about that yet. Here's the hoping that they're going to do progression. It'll be amazing. But one thing that this patch did include that's not necessarily content, but is an overall game design issue is Crossrun Battlegrounds, which is a part of Classic World of Warcraft right now, and with this patch made it into snug its way into Classic with the last vanilla patch. Now, there's a lot to be said about this, and here we go, my most controversial video about Classic World of Warcraft. Okay, so where to start? I don't like Crossrun Battlegrounds, never have, never will. It's something that's part of the live game that I'm going to put up with, and everyone else is going to put up with, is playing with. Overall, though they did help with queue times, initially, and for a long time they have helped with queue times. Overall, I think it's bad for the overall health of the game. Let me go into details. First off, let's talk about the queue times in general. So, queue times were anywhere between 5 to 30 minutes on a healthy server, based upon if you're doing which battleground and also which level you're trying to queue in as. So, Warsong Gulch probably be the fastest queue because the least amount of people. Arctic Valley being the longest queue, because we found 80 people in total, and so we had that going on. You also had queues with so that's setting your standard, probably anywhere between 2 minutes to 20 minutes on a very healthy server. On a unhealthy server, you had much longer queue times. So what I mean by unhealthy servers that had a very low overall population. I'm talking about maybe a few hundred active players, maybe 100 active players daily across both on both factions. Then you also had your low pop servers. So legitimately, like, this server's dead, low pop. This was a problem. And then also you had servers like say Illidan, for example, which is a PvP server, or Sargeras. Sargeras. I don't know if Sargeras was an initial server. Anyway, let's go with Illidan, for example. Illidan was about 90% horde in Classic, and still is like 90% horde. And with stuff like that, if you played horde on Illidan, you were not going to do a battleground. No. Why? Because you are faction dominant on that server. Without crossing battlegrounds, you're never going to do a battleground. And yeah, that's what you paid for. by rolling on your Soul's dominant faction, you will have very long solo queues, battleground queues compared to your counterparts, who is not as dominant. So ideally on a solo, you want to keep it between 50-50 and 60-40 balance. And as long as you have that balance, you won't be experiencing very long queue times. Keep in mind, so if you had a 80-20 population difference, that means the dominant faction will be have to wait 4 times longer than the other faction. So you back in class, there was a push to re-roll if your silver was to faction dominant. Like if you really cared about PvP, you'd go to the other faction to get shorter queues, and that's how it was before this patch. After this patch, it didn't matter anymore, and silvers rapidly started falling towards one side or the other. Usually Horde, just because PvE is where most of the content is in World of Warcraft, and Blizzard's learned that adding Battlegrounds is not the solution to more PvP content. This is, in my opinion, the solution to PvP content is the custom Battlegrounds. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so if you wanted to experience PvP, you had to go to the other faction, and that's where you would get a lot shorter PvP queues. You get more battlegrounds in and have a lot more fun that way. So with faction transfers, I think they were available in vanilla. Maybe not all of vanilla, but some of vanilla, and I know name changes weren't really until like Boarding Crusade, but you can also just solo transfer, and that was something that you could do. You can transfer to a server that had a better population than you did, better population balance than you did, and whatnot. So those reasons to re-roll your faction and whatnot. So that balance that kept the realm balances, closer in line to what they are now, which is just ridiculous. One side generally just dies because there's no need to rebalance because you have cross-realm battlegrounds. So you just go to another server that you're gonna then.
It cannot be done.
Yeah, you're just gonna get grouped in another server, and you're not gonna worry about it until right now when 2/3 of the global population of WoW players plays Horde now. So now you're starting to run into the same queue problems as you did back then, where one side has to wait twice as long as the other side. So problem once again, Blizzard, you did not fix the problem by adding cross-realm battlegrounds. You just put a band-aid over a infected runes that's now festering and is gangrened even because you are getting rid of essentially PvP servers and with Battle for Azeroth. So yeah, good job, Blizzard. But that was the solution that you came up with, and that's the problem. Okay, so cause faction imbalances. One of my problems is this also killed the PvP community. World of Warcraft's biggest thing is community. The developers love talking about how great the community is. They love that they have this awesome community. But you know what, developers, you've killed the community with every single addition to cross-realm anything.
To have been part of this community and to
only thing
watch
missing
it
is
grow.
cross-realm trade. But even then, what's the point? Yeah, I mean, you did cross-realm trade. I mean, that would ruin everything. There would be no point to even like ask for a trying to find a vendor. I mean, trying to find a someone the crafting profession you need. It's like, oh, I need this made. Okay, let me just queue up into my my profession finder and find someone who has the profession has the thing. Oh yeah, trade on materials, trade back. You know what, Blizzard? This sounds amazing. Why don't you just do this in Battle for Azeroth? Make a cross-realm professions. Why not? You can open up cross-realm trade. There's no reason why not to. We already have cross faction trade. So yeah, do it, Blizzard. do it. Um, so that's a problem that is that has each community has died. So so the first one to die was the PvP community. When they added a class on Battlegrounds, we had pretty big PvP
community and
communities
to have
on all the
watched it
realms. People
grow.
talked about the Battlegrounds, talked about people within the Battlegrounds, talked about how the battles went. If you had people who were doing very well in Battlegrounds, you might message them like, "Hey, yeah, that was a pretty good job." Or someone was screwing up in Battlegrounds, you'd message them in between Battlegrounds, be like, "Oh yeah, try doing this, fight in the Battleground, fight on the flag, stop fighting in the road." So you had like things like that. Like people would actually get together in between battles and talk to each other, and there was reason to tell each other how to play. Now, I mean, I don't know the strategy of Silver Shard Mines. Like I don't. It's just okay. Follow the mine call. Fight better than the other guy. What to do? That's it. That's it. It's 50-50. And hopefully you understand the strat. But that's generally the problem with PvP in general. Um, since the custom battlegrounds has been added. Another thing is, you think that this is not such a big deal, that the death of one community
Community and to
isn't
have
a
watched
problem.
it grow.
But when you come down to classic come down to the overall health of World of Warcraft, I knew a lot of players who played PvP in Classic who really liked seeing the same players all the time. But when Burning Crusade came out, they kind of lost like the one thing that was really tying them into the game. They lost their investment of time for getting all that great gear. But also, since it wasn't a PvP community
Community
anymore,
and
there
to
was
have
no
watched
reason
it grow.
to keep them in the game. They was like, oh yeah, this is a good game. So I knew a lot of people who just quit playing WoW back in vanilla. They ended up playing on some private servers here and there, but that was it. Um, but even then, I mean, it was only so much. Like it was lost. It was lost. Then you start to get into you get into Wrath of the Lich King. They added a crossroom dungeon finder. They added dungeon finder, which is actually pretty cool. Like it was much easier to find dungeons. You can use the summoning portal to get people together and whatnot. Then they added cross realm dungeons, which got ridiculous at that point. Essentially, there was no reason to talk to people on your server anymore about dungeons. You didn't have an LG system anymore. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna queue up in Dungeon Finder and we're good to go. And if we needed a tank, maybe I'll try to find a tank to queue with me, or if we need a healer, try to find a healer to queue with me, so we get fast to queue. That was it. That was it. That was classic. That was Wrath of the Lich King Dungeon Finder when they added that. When they added the raid finder system, that pretty much killed the need to find raiders on your server. Like some fact, some servers still, some guilds still jumped servers or changed factions to find raiders, but for the most part, it was still like there was no reason to talk to people on your server about raiding. I mean, that was it. You still find like people recruiting for raids, but no one cared. Um, you could just queue up in Dungeon Finder, get your gear that way. You could use there was a raid finder. It wasn't like just automatically build a group, but you can pick and choose people. But it turned into if you didn't have the best item level, you didn't get an invite, and that was it. So that sucked. But that and so that was another death of the LFG community, and
Community and
then
to have
the
watched it grow.
looking for raid community, because raid finder, Dungeon Finder killed those, and that's when you started seeing the decline of World of Warcraft because a community died. Uh, the last remaining community on World of Warcraft died. There's no reason with the addition of the Dungeon Finders. Also, there's no reason to really do crafting professions. So professions died in World of Warcraft. So like there was no, it just so many communities died. But the first one was going to be the Crossroad Battlegrounds that was introduced in the final patch in Vanilla. So one of the things I want to bring up is though this made it snuck its way into Vanilla, this is not something that really belongs to vanilla. This probably belongs more in Burning Crusade. In Burning Crusade, we saw the introduction of arenas, and people freaking loved arenas. A lot of people transferred into arenas, and they had fun. You saw at BlizzCons, every single BlizzCon since the addition of arenas, there's been like arena final tournaments, which have been pretty cool to watch. A lot of good plays. You see a lot of it, get pretty exciting and whatnot. But it was the death of the. It was just arenas it was part of arenas. Like adding the cross realm dungeon, cross realm battlegrounds was, I feel like, more part of the arena system that was added in Burning Crusade than part of vanilla. It's it's definitely was part of a mantra that 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 all the expansions followed more than it was a part of vanilla. Um, so it didn't really belong. It's like having a kid child born in 1999 claiming he was a 90s kid. Yeah, you were born in the 90s, but you don't know what the 90s is about. There's that sweet meme of from the Phantom Menace. I would have. It's already up on the screen by now, but it's stale. Anyway, so there's that sweet meme about like and whatnot. It's yes, it's in vanilla. It's in vanilla, but was it really vanilla? It wasn't vanilla-ish. It was just there. So you saw running into it. You went into those problems. Let's talk about like it wasn't part of vanilla. Vanilla was about getting like walking. Every little milestone you got was an accomplishment. You leveled up. Congratulations! Go learn your class skills. Go buy your class skills. Oh, that was fun. I like that actually. It was because you had to manage money. Essentially, you didn't. If you're smart, you didn't spend any gold except for like on your mounts and class skills while you're leveling up. Otherwise, you would have no money. And you sold everything on the auction house. Sure, those videos surviving vanilla someplace, but yeah, surviving vanilla out there. Anyway, Nexium, you have a pretty good video. I'm not going to link to. Yeah, I'll link to Nexium's video in the description if you want to see. Actually, no, it's up here. It's up here. Surviving vanilla. He talks about selling every single piece of gear. Anyway, back to it. So back in vanilla, it was actually difficult to get anything done. You finally got a 5-man group to a dungeon. Congratulations, you get to run a dungeon now. You finally killed that you killed that boss in that dungeon, and congratulations, you have a chance that it might actually drop. A week later, you finally killed your guild finally drops. Like congratulations, you don't need to try farming that piece of loot anymore. It was everything was an accomplishment back then. Like you walked for every little piece, every little thing you got, and so when Crossround Battlegrounds came out, the amount of like suddenly you didn't need to walk to do Crossround Battlegrounds. I remember back in Classic, you could actually queue people up in Battlegrounds, then leave group, and they'll still stay queued, and you could be queued. I could message this guy in a city with my level. It's like, hey, can you group me and queue me up for that battleground? And he could do that, and I'll be out questing someplace, and like he queues me up for the battleground, and he drops the queue. I stay in the queue, and I can be out in the city, and I can just message people on my page. Hey guys, I want to get this together. Let's go queue. Let's do a battleground, and so I can talk to 20 people and get them to queue. And even now, I can go. You do cross realm, and talk across realm, and get someone queuing on the other side, and you can get Osiric Valley going level 60 with everyone. Those stuff you can do. You could definitely get people together and queue. You can queue each other up essentially. So even if you felt like you had a long queue, there's still something you could have done about it. Like the long queues weren't bad, and even if you had an empty, if you had like a lower population server or server with a bad balance, you start getting other people on the other side to start queuing up, and you're going to get that queue, especially in the middle of the night if you actually manage to pull it off. So it wasn't it wasn't bad. Like queue times, a longish queue time wasn't bad. Like there's still stuff you can do about it to shorten that queue time, and that's something that a lot of people have forgotten about that you can't do now in World of Warcraft. So because you could queue other people up and talk to other people, get other people queued up on the other faction. Especially now, since we have like actual Discord, and we talk to other people from the other factions. Like, hey, yeah, let's get together. Um, so yeah, even now, processing power is improved so much in vanilla that we could actually minimize a not minimize, but go into Windows mode on a computer, open up YouTube, watch a video on one side, and just keep an eye on the queue. Queue pops, pause your video, go in. Easy. I played Pokemon back then, and in between queues, I'll probably play Pokemon again, and that won't be any problem for me, and it'll be great. So, I mean, just crossroad battlegrounds aren't really needed, and they cause more problems than they solved, I believe. And if we I wanted to bring this up now. I wanted to get this out. I want people to talk about this now because I don't want to see this in Classic. I don't want this to define our Classic experience because this was not a feature that defined Classic for us. Even if you played on a private server, even if you're still playing on a private server playing Classic, you still don't have cross-run battlegrounds because most of the time those private servers will still only have one server, and if they have two servers, they'll probably not even linked. So you're not going to have the cross-run battleground anyway. So cross-run battlegrounds, like it's not even part of what people idealize as Classic. Even with the private servers, it's not there. It doesn't belong in Classic. Um, if you have a problem with long queue times, I hope you reconsider re-rolling to the other faction or changing to a server that has your faction, not as dominant. Um, or you or you find something else to do with the time. I mean, a 20-minute queue is not bad. I mean, you watch a lot of fun videos on YouTube and whatnot. You watch WoW videos. I mean, you do quests until you run out of quests, and then you watch videos. I played Pokemon, like I said before. You play on your console. Probably haven't touched that since you're playing WoW so much anyway. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do. Don't stress out about long queue times. I mean, people know you won't be able to get off work and queue a full background instantly, and um, and then go to bed afterwards after you win one. Because the queues will be longer, you might wait 20 minutes. But if your faction is not dominant on your server, then you should not have a problem. So don't stress out about it. I mean, there's plenty of ways to walk around, and I think we're gonna have a great it's gonna be a great vanilla experience. If they do end up having cross-run battlegrounds, I'm not gonna rage your fits. I'm still gonna play Classic. I'll be sad because I know what's missing and whatnot. And if you don't know if you are playing, you don't know what you're missing, then you should know what you're missing out on because you're gonna miss out on it. Anyway, this video's gone long enough for like 23 minutes now. So have a great day. If you want to do I am still getting together a group for not a cross-run battleground. No, this is unrelated to the to this video, but I am still get together a group for Classic World of Warcraft. We are all going to go to the same server. This group is actually set up to allow for Order Alliance to be in the same group, but still separate each other from the same group, so you don't end up having. If we're like, hey, yeah, let's go quest in Stranglethorn Valley and do these quests, it's not going to be. That's going to be separate from what the Alliance is going to see. So, it's a Discord group. It's the permissions and roles being set. If you want to be on the Horde side, I can set your role to Horde, and you can't see Alliance. If you want to go on the Alliance side, I can set yourself to Alliance, you can't see Horde. And you still see the recruiting page, recruiting for those two sides, but you're not going to see like plans and whatnot. So. Definitely a group I'm still gonna get getting together. We have the Discord, which will probably be, if we get enough people, it's gonna be the silver Discord, so we can actually organize battlegrounds across the factions. So even if we get a silver imbalance, which I'm trying to avoid because we're gonna set this up beforehand. So if we know we get too much, we're like, hey, yeah, we might encourage some people to go to the other side, depending on how this balances out beforehand. But the goal is to hit over 1,000 players signed up for this. If you're not really interested in playing Classic right now, join the group anyway, just because. So that's one thing. I created this group originally to invite all my friends. So all my real life friends, I'm inviting to the group, and they just if they decide to play Classic, a year after the launch, well, they know which server to go to play with me. So I can have my friends playing together with me, which was a problem I had back when I started playing WoW in general. We all ended up playing different servers. You never had a lot of fun because you never could get together and play together. Um, Back in so this is something Foresight is going to save us from that problem. So what I'm doing is I'm opening this group up to everyone, so you can get your friends together on the group, and we're all going to go to the same server. It's going to be great. So we have a Discord, we have a Blizzard Battlenet social tab. So if you're gaming in general, you just use Discord. If you they'll use the Battlenet social tab, which is over here, and that's going to be pretty much primary group because if you're going to play classical World of Warcraft, you're going to have a Battlenet account, and so that'll be there for that'll be that'll be there for people to play with. So they'll like, oh yeah, check the Battlenet social tab, see where we went, so you know what's over to go to. Um, so that's going to be the primary group. We also have the Discord, which is supplementary, but that way we have a little more control of what we can do in the Discord. So Discord is more powerful. And if you're not playing any games in general, you don't have you don't have Discord, or you're not playing any Blizzard games at all. We have the Facebook group, so you can join us on Facebook, and we can get the get a one so you can get your friends inviting that way. Yes, the more people get on Facebook, the more anonymous the people will be. So I don't want anything creepy happening there. So if you don't feel comfortable with that, don't feel comfortable with that. You can also just like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be announcing this on my channel periodically, and when we have silver names, it'll be announced too. So I mean, this is another way. I'm not doing this for subscriptions. I'm doing this because I want to have a great classic experience. I want my friends to have a great classic experience. I want to play with my friends, and I want everyone to have a great time. And the way we're going to do this is through a prelaunch silver group. So even though not much has been said about classic yet, we still have stuff that we can do ensure that we're going to have a great classic experience. The older we get set up, the more friends we get in, more of their friends they get in, more of their friends they get in, the better we are, the higher likelihood that we're going to have all of our friends together and no one's going to feel the need to transfer circles. We are going to, if we do get enough people, we can definitely jumpstart the silver economy and to secure leveling groups for why we level in dungeon groups and whatnot. So even if you don't have any friends at all in World of Warcraft or in real life, this be an opportunity to join the a large group so you can get dungeons, get invites and whatnot. So definitely, I am inviting people. I'm trying to get Nexium's attention because he has plans for Classic and he's excited for Classic. So let's go ahead and get him in. And I've been chatting with the guy. I think, oh man, when to slaughter his name, I feel so bad about it. I think it was Chimly or something. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I'm inviting you into my silver group too. Definitely. Then let's work together. Let's have a great classic experience. Anyway, this video's now really gone long enough, and you can subscribe. I'm not really doing this for subscribers right now. I'm doing this for y'all and for me to have a great classic experience. Anyway, so have a great day. I'd love to hear back from you. Tell me how you feel about Crossover Battlegrounds. Really think about it. If you like this video, please share it. or make your own video if you don't like this video, and tell us about Crossfire Battlegrounds and how you feel about it. Have a great day.